Hello, it's Professor Stephen Twigg here with Associate Professor Marg McGill, and we're two of the lead researchers from the academic perspective and clinical perspective in the type 1 diabetes and exercise study, linked in with the University of Sydney, Royal Prince Alfred Hospital, and also going on to the type 1 diabetes exercise site, which is going to be tested as per Alan Bolton's. And some of the real challenges, Marg, I think, in type 1 diabetes care are it's extremely challenging to manage in a stable fashion. What comments would you like to make about that?
Well, I think the obvious comment for the general public is that we often hear that exercise is very important when treating diabetes, and it is absolutely important, particularly in type 2 diabetes, because it actually has a therapeutic benefit in making people's blood sugars easier to control. It's the absolute opposite for people with type 1 diabetes, and that's who we're testing in our research project. Exercise in type 1 diabetes is actually very complex and makes the diabetes often more difficult. And people have to learn how to integrate exercise into their daily lives. And Steve, unfortunately, as we know, because you were the editor of the type 1 guidelines, that there's actually not a large evidence base to show young people what to do.
Well, that's right. There is a real lack of research information in that area of type 1 diabetes and exercise. And, you know, the general advice is, yes, exercise is important psychologically and also for cardiovascular health. But as you point out, for people with type 1 diabetes, there are major challenges in terms of having stable blood glucose levels, and so they can have the confidence to undertake regular exercise.
So I guess in summary and in a nutshell, this project is absolutely essential to help the thousands of young people living in Australia with type 1 diabetes.
We need an evidence base that we can say to them, follow this particular path, and they're likely to get a better outcome with their exercise.
We do.
Mm.